Hey, thanks for watching my YouTube channel. We're continuing our series on navigating change. Last week we talked about Job. If you didn't see it, series is phenomenal. Like, I think it's good. No, that, like, I don't really want to brag, but it was really good. But today we're going to talk about Peter. And I like looking at these individuals because it gives me like a rung on a ladder I can hold on to. I get it, human example. So Peter is interesting because Peter, he navigated various seasons of change. When we first meet him, he's a fisherman. That means he works at night, kind of sleeps in the day. He's a blue-collar worker, goes out and earns his living by catching fish. And fish are kind of smelly, and it's not real glamorous profession. It's not some educated, highbrow, intellectual thing. It's just fish. Catch the fish, sell the fish. Catch the fish, sell the fish. Mend your nets, keep your boat afloat, and that's what we do, day in and day out. Take a Sabbath, right? Because we're Jewish, but this is what we do. It's Pete and repeat, sitting on the fence again and again and again. Pete falls off, who's left? Repeat, all over again the next day. So Peter, he's doing this fishing gig, and he meets Jesus, and it's in the morning time, and he's on the shore mending his nets. So morning means they fished all night. And Jesus borrows Peter's boat and goes out into the Sea of Galilee and starts to speak to this massive crowd who's gathered around to hear Jesus. Peter and his buddies, partners, are fixing up their nets from the night before. Jesus finishes, so they might have overheard what Jesus was saying to this crowd. Peter hears, and Jesus says to him, hey, go put your net out, take your boat out, you'll get a large catch of fish. And Peter's like, dude, we fished all night. I'm dog tired. We didn't catch anything. And he says, okay, nevertheless, at your word, I'll do that. So he takes his boat and net. They go out. And this is the wrong time of day to fish because the fish have all gone low to take a nap, right? Because they sleep in the day. Throws out the net and catches this massive haul of fish, so much so that his boat starts to fall apart and net starts to break. And he comes back to the land. He falls at Jesus' feet and says, Lord, leave me, I'm a sinner. And Jesus says, if you follow me, I will make you a fisher of men. So it's a season change. He'd been doing fishing for a season. Now when he meets Jesus, the season changes. He moves from blue-collar work, and now he follows Jesus for 2 or 3 years, day in and day out. And he gets to know Jesus super well, like really, really close and intimate. And I like Peter because what you see is what you get. He's a loudmouth. He's impulsive. He says stupid stuff. And yet at the same time, he's like phenomenal. When there's a giant storm on the Sea of Galilee, Peter's the one that says, Lord, if it's you, bid me come. And he walks on the water. All the other 11 disciples stayed in the boat. Peter walked on the water. You're like, yeah, he started to drown. True, but nobody else got out of the boat. He got out. So it was a season change. And sometimes we go through season changes with our profession. We might have one job, and then suddenly the job changes and we move into a different job, a different profession. And that's what happened with Peter. And sometimes when we meet Jesus, he changes the game. Like, he changes everything. He changes the way we see things. He changes our values, our priorities. And suddenly, life changes because we've met Jesus. Nothing wrong with that. As long as we continue to grow in love, genuine love, that's healthy and constructive, and that's kingdom of God. But the season changes again because Peter denies Jesus. Jesus goes to the cross, raises from the dead. And Peter's like, whew, the rug's pulled out from under him. And he goes back to fishing. And Jesus meets him at that same place fishing. And Peter meets him, and Jesus says to him, Peter, do you love me? Peter's like, Lord, I love you. Jesus says, feed my sheep. It happens 3 times. So he leaves blue-collar fishing, goes into following Jesus, tries to go back and dabble in fishing again. Doesn't really pan out because that's not the season in his life. Jesus ascends up into heaven, and now Peter is in with all these believers, new believers. And on the day of Pentecost, he stands up. It's a new season. It's a new season in his life because the guy who changed it the first time, Jesus, has now ascended. He's in heaven. Now Peter's on the earth without Jesus, and now Peter is leading the very first beginning day of the Christian church. Happens on the day of Pentecost. And he stands up in front of everybody, and it's a season change because it's the outpouring of Holy Spirit. The season changes. Then how does he navigate that season? He continues to walk in the power and demonstration, genuine love of Jesus and Holy Spirit flowing through him. And you watch him navigate that season. Then he comes in Acts chapter, I think it's like 9 and 10, 8, 9, and 10, and he has an encounter with Gentiles. And he brings Jesus to Gentile believers. And they become believers, the Holy Spirit falls on them. So Peter navigates these seasons. And I would say to you, if I had to finish and give you one takeaway, we go through seasons of life. There's changes in our profession, there's changes in the audience, there's changes in the context, things that we do on a routine basis. But let's make sure we have Holy Spirit helping us and that we're walking alongside Holy Spirit in all of these changes. Because, and it says it in Romans 8:14, those who are led, who are guided, who are directed by Holy Spirit, these are the children of God. And so Holy Spirit does guide us and guides us through seasons of change and things that we were comfortable with. Now Holy Spirit says, well, we're going to kind of upset the apple cart and move you into a new season. And we're like, well, we like the old one because we knew, yeah, but we have a new thing. And when we follow Holy Spirit, let's make following Holy Spirit a higher priority than being comfortable and familiar and the things that we know. Let's make following Holy Spirit the end game, why we live and breathe, so we can follow and stay in step, in cadence with Holy Spirit. So thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. Love to get some feedback. Oh my goodness, thumbs up, thumbs down. Any kind of comments, subscribe. Love to have you subscribe. I'm telling you, I love what God is doing through this channel. And of course, we have a concluding joke, right? What is our joke? So how do you know when it's time to visit the dentist? How do you know when it's time to visit the dentist? The right time to visit the dentist is at 2:30. 2:30, right? 2:30, get it? I know. It's a little shady, but it's still fun nonetheless. Catch you next week as we continue our series on navigating change.